Welcome to the show. I'm Ryan Gomez.
And I'm John Capora. Hi there.
All right, we're looking at Commander 2016. It's available on Friday, and we're going through all the commanders that you can find in there and coming up with ways you can break them.
Absolutely. So we've got this kind of column running all week. We take every Commander 2016 deck and then we break them down. We go, what are the themes? How are you going to break them? What can you add to these to kind of make them really special? And today we've got a good treat for you. We've got Atraxa, Praetor's Voice.
Right. So step aside red mana. We're going to work with the other colors here. We're going to get a 4/4 flying, vigilant, death touch, lifelink creature that at the end of the turn will proliferate.
That is so many words on one card.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I've played with Proliferate. John, what's that do for me?
Okay, so Proliferate is an ability, and it says any kind of, it triggers, it's a triggered ability, it triggers on some sort of event, and what happens is there are permanents with counters on them. You control permanents with counters on them, your opponents control permanents with counters on them. Sometimes you have counters on you, sometimes your opponent have counters on you, and what Proliferate says is that you can kind of up the count of any of these counters that you want by one.
Okay, so some logical ways you can take advantage of that would be maybe doubling season.
Doubling season is kind of a classic in Commander. It's kind of really on the nose here, but it's still good. It's the backbone of a lot of sweet Commander decks, and this one is no exception.
Absolutely fits right in there. How about this next one, Contagion Engine?
So Contagion Engine, I have nightmares of playing against this card in Scars of Mirrodin and Limited. It is the best card in the set. It's the one you most want to open. First, it's going to be a one-sided kill all your opponent's creatures, and then late in the game, it's going to proliferate all your good stuff alongside Atraxa. Having redundancy at Proliferate is just going to be really good for you.
Yes, that card works great with like your mana rocks and everything that hinges on having counters as well. So.
Of course, your mana rocks like Everflowing Chalice, Astral Cornucopia, Coalition Relic, things that need counters in order to make more mana. The more counters they have, the more mana they make, and so Proliferate's going to be really good with those.
Sure. So those are non-creature things that you can do along with this deck. But, you got to get into the red zone. You're going to need some bodies on the table. So let's take a look at some creatures that will also fit right into this shell. One of my favorites is Necropolis Regent.
It's huge.
Huge.
Enormous.
A big flying body for a reasonable price. I'm already on board with that for Commander to begin with. But this one has some great rider text on there because it's going to start stacking +1/+1 counters on any creature you control that dealt combat damage to a player, equal to their existing power already. So it's just going to keep doubling and doubling. How cool is that?
So here's the thing with Atraxa. Atraxa, no one wants to block it. It's vigilance. It's death touch. No one wants to block this card. So what's going to happen is you're going to get in with Atraxa, and then Necropolis Regent is going to double its power. So now you have an 8/8 death touch lifelink.
On
defense. Yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly. So they're going to have to answer that and or Atraxa very quickly, or you're just going to steal that whole game. I love it. All right, but let's say you don't have 6 mana sitting around to play Necropolis Regent. Maybe you want something a little bit more affordable. I got a pick for you here. Experiment 1.
It's an interesting card. It's a little more aggressive than you're used to in Commander, but this card gets out of control way quick in this deck.
I think it does. More importantly, it can kind of protect itself and have some longevity there. It'll survive all sorts of different types of board wipes. Basically anything aside from exiling it, you're going to be able to keep it in play a lot longer. And again, having that evolve on there, along with Atraxa, adding some counters, is going to make this thing just a thorn in the side of so many people who don't have a good way to deal with a resilient creature like that.
Love it. Love Atraxa. Just a potpourri of words all over this card. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's a good one to be sure. Where can we learn about the rest of these commanders, John?
Okay, so Magic.TCGplayer.com, as I mentioned before, we're running this column all week, and other things that Magic.TCGplayer.com has. We've got articles by the pros. We had a Modern Grand Prix last weekend. We're going to have a Modern Open this weekend. So what's going to happen is they're going to be talking about Modern, and it's going to be great. Modern's kind of sweet. Don't get to see it too often. Scred Red won last weekend.
I'm still in disbelief. I know.
So other than that, we've got a buy list. We buy your cards for you, and we also sell cards, obviously. So, it's all great. Just stop on by and visit.
That's right. That's it for today for us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Internet.